At RGL Forensics, we have extensive experience in eminent domain cases. Eminent domain is actually a part of the U.S. Constitution, and it's when the government is taking property from a landowner. I had a worm farm case where we actually had to go in and try to measure the effect of moving a highway closer to this worm farm. And in doing a worm farm, what they actually have are beds of dirt that they grow the worms in that are going to be sold for fishing bait. So the worm farm owner was saying the road being closer to the beds was going to cause a vibration, and therefore the worms weren't going to be as productive. So we had to go and hire a worm farm expert who came in and said, nope, that's not true. He said a little activity like that actually excites them. So the worms are more productive. Another interesting one that I did was we had a manufacturing plant that was in a unique situation. When they had originally built the interstate system, they had allowed this plant to have its plant on one side of the interstate, and on the other side of the interstate was the warehouse facility for the plant. And they regularly went back and forth underneath the interstate with hazardous chemicals that they were manufacturing in the plant. Well, when they went to widen the interstate, obviously they couldn't allow that anymore in today's rules and regulations. So I had to go in and look at what that was going to cost. And I had to go in and tell the Department of Transportation if they couldn't solve that warehouse issue, they were looking at over $100 million of damages to that manufacturing plant. So they bought, this is where you're thinking outside the box, something you normally couldn't do in the case, but you can do outside. We bought them a piece of property on the same side of the interstate next door for $3 million and built them a warehouse for another $3 million, $6 million versus $100 million. Saved the taxpayers about $95 million.